Alright, welcome back to the Devil May Cry playthrough. Like I said at the end of the last part, we're about to find out what the second part of the amulet does. Basically, it does this. It glows.
Woo!
It connects to the amulet we already had. And this is actually a plot point in Devil May Cry 3. This sword was what we got at the end of Devil May Cry 3. And now that we have the sword and the amulet pieces, we get Soul Edge.
Okay, that actually looks pretty damn badass.
But, Soul
It is.
Lance. Soul Sight?
What this sword is, it's Sparta. It's the sword that the Dark Knight used. It's basically Sparta's power in one sword. It has the moveset of Alistair with the damage output of Ifrit. It only has one drawback. You can only use the Devil Trigger during the final boss. Which is why I'm switching right back to Alistair.
What? Come on!
Well, we're not gonna see at this mission anyway, because right after giving you this incredibly badass sword, do you know what the game throws at you next? Take a guess. What's through that painting?
Boss rush.
Battlefield?
No, a swimming section. That pissed me off so much the first time I played.
What,
You have
wanted to
no
try out
idea.
your brand new shiny fancy weapon, and then nope, swimming section.
Yeah, so we're stuck with the needle gun again. It's basically I think they put this in just to justify actually having you hold a gun in your inventory that you could only use during swimming sections. The only thing you need to worry about in this area is collecting red orbs by breaking things with your needle gun and finding the one blue orb fragment that's hidden here, which is right here.
I assume that this is a blue orb fragment that you can miss too.
Yeah.
Well, you can miss
Yeah,
all of
if
them,
you-
can't you?
You can
Well, I
miss
meant miss
basically
purple
all of them.
is more what I mean.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can actually come back here once you're through it. Anyway, yeah, these are the last 3 enemies we'll fight underwater in the entire game.
Yay.
They're actually easier than the blades we were fighting in the ghost ship. Somehow.
Well, it's not like it requires much skill. You just gotta point at the bad guys and then they die.
Yeah, you know, Dante even auto-aims at them for you. They just need to be on screen.
Oh, so they can be slightly to the right or left, and the needles will just veer to that direction.
And suddenly the water just ends, like we're in a Super Mario Galaxy level or something.
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat did it first. Sorry.
What year did Jungle Beat come out?
2005. It was the game that they made right before Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
hence
comparing
why
Jungle Beat to Galaxy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hence why we were talking about Galaxy using Jungle Beat textures and stuff. Anyway, that platform, go on that platform either on foot or swimming, you'll get a blue orb fragment, and swim as high up as you can before the water vanishes. It's on a timer. This area is really awkward to navigate.
But you don't have that
What-
high rising tower anymore. You have to climb this stuff manually now.
Yeah. And what we needed to get there was the Philosopher's Egg, which we're going to hatch into...
Wait, the Philosopher's Egg, is that where the whole chicken and the egg thing came from?
I don't even know. But anyway, we need to put the egg in that fire down there, but first a side chamber with another blue orb fragment in it. At this point in the game, it's like they're just throwing blue orb fragments at you.
Well, they were probably
Because
just
they
spreading them out evenly across the game, you know. And then they got to the end and it's like, shit, we don't have enough of these things. Throw them in there! Go! Now!
Just put a bunch of them here. There's like 2 per room now, whenever they show up. Anyway, if you notice those circles on the floor, do you recognize those circles from somewhere?
Well, I can't see them right now because we're looking at,
Yeah, well, the blue circles on the floor here are the same circles that were on the floor in the room where we fought Nightmare. You might also notice that there are switches that we can swing our sword at on the
Oh,
walls.
joy.
Guess what's coming?
So we're gonna fight the spider again.
No, actually, we're gonna... What?
Oh, he spawns
Oh.
little abomination babies. They're adorable.
They're adorable and they explode into ice spikes.
So is this guy? Well, if this guy's ice focus, does that mean that Ifrit would deal extra damage to it?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Well, Ifrit does more damage than Alistair to begin with.
Well, yeah, but you mentioned that those frost enemies took like super extra damage from Ifrit, and I assume that's because ice enemy fire weapon, you know.
Yeah, that's just Frost though. I'm not sure about Nightmare. I've never actually used Ifrit on Nightmare because I like to have the double jump during this fight. It's really helpful for dodging things like that. Oh god, I hate when it does this. Because your instinct whenever the thing comes out on top is to jump on top and start wailing at it, but then it has this boomerang blade thing that spawns over top of the weak point and starts spinning at you.
Well, at the
It's
very
like it
least, I
knows.
gotta applaud the thing for design. You know, if you have an obvious glowing, this is where you're supposed to damage me thing, I'd actually try to protect that thing.
Yeah. That thing, what it actually does while it's out and active is absorb your Devil Trigger energy.
Oh, so that's why it's been going down. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not if I can make it go down first.
Pretty much.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
And if you touch him that time, you fight the bird again, Griffin.
Yeah, you fight Griffin. Yeah.
Okay.
The third time you fight Nilo Angelo. So, if you really want more Virgil Showdown goodness, let Nightmare eat you the third time, I guess. A philosopher's egg hatched into the elixir.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, what came first?
And then the mission
egg or
just
the
ends.
elixir?
The egg.
Okay.
Managed an A rank that time, not too shabby for Devil May Cry 1. Still kind of wish the game would tell me what it's grading me on, but okay.
You didn't use Sparta, so you automatically got knocked down in ranking.
Sparta actually is the strongest sword in the game, so I think you'd actually lose ranking for using
Yeah, well,
it.
the
Not
game
sure,
doesn't
though.
tell you that, so for all you know, that's why.
You also can't double jump with Sparta, I don't think so. Another reason I don't like to use it. If you actually do use Sparta, it rips things up pretty quickly. But another reason I don't like switching to Sparta, like right now you'll see I have a full Devil Trigger gauge, right?
Yeah.
If you switch to Sparta and then switch back to Alistair or Ifrit immediately, your Devil Trigger gauge is empty.
Oh, so the game doesn't just program it so you can't enter Devil Trigger. It programs it so that Devil Trigger is gone so you can't enter it. Oh.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Anyway, the mirror that Nilo Angelo walked out of earlier, we're going to walk into it. It turns out there's actually something inside there, and him lurking inside the mirror wasn't just symbolic. There was actually a room in here that we had to go into ourselves.
Ah, somebody put a Photoshop filter over the game. Turn it off, turn it off.
Oh, the camera's just drunk.
Anyway, what we need to do to get this blue orb is actually use that Devil Trigger I was complaining about losing a few seconds ago. So you see, everything I do, I have a plan. We also need Air Hike, because once we get that blue orb, another blue orb fragment appears up here.
Can't you just fly up to get that one too? Or
No, if Dante can only go move around horizontally.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. He gains the ability to fly up and down in Devil May Cry 2, which is kind of neat, except it's slow as ass, so you never want to use it.
Oh, Harry Potter was looking for this.
So are the Elrics. If only were that
Nobody's.
If only that were easy and like everything else. Just find it and
Hey.
pick it up.
Hey, Kamiya, be careful. Your Resident Evil is showing.
Well, these things sort of look like the Elric's mom.
Oh, don't even joke like that, man. That's just depressing. That's the only episode of Full Metal Alchemist I've seen, and it's... Oh.
You have not seen the two most depressing ones.
Wait, it gets worse than that?
Yeah.
Nina!
Yeah, Nina.
Now I don't know if I want to watch this.
Nina and Maze Hughes.
Yeah.
These things are really annoying. They have attacks that don't telegraph at all, basically. And they shoot out their eyeballs, which explode on contact with you. So basically, whenever you get the chance, air raid the fuckers.
Air raid's the corkscrew thingy, right?
Air raid is the floating around shooting lightning at things.
Oh, alright.
The corkscrew thing can only be used once you've air raided. It's I forget what it's called. But yeah, it does a lot of damage. It's a good way to tear through enemies really fast.
They also have violent death animations. They explode in ketchup and mustard.
They explode, and if you're too close to them, they damage you with those explosions,
Yeah.
which is why I'm standing a good distance away. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that these monsters were originally conceptualized as Resident Evil zombie things.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, our assets don't just make themselves. You gotta use what you can, man.
Indeed.
Which, by the way, after seeing what Leon can do in the CG movies, it wouldn't be surprising if he became an unlockable Devil May Cry character at some point.
Specifically film Leon.
Yeah.
No, he needs to appear in Dissidia 013.
Fuck, he doesn't even need the grappling hook anymore.
Just change Dante's red jacket to the thing he wears in 4 and give him brown hair, and voila, it's Leon.
He even has double handguns in Resident Evil 6. It would totally work.
So-
Anyway, now that we have the Philosopher's Stone and the Elixir, we can actually enter the Underworld.
Is this the last
We
time you
needed
have
the
to
el-
jump over these things?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Woohoo!
It's one more thing we'll never have to look at again. We needed the Elixir to get through Reflections, which is how we get through this puddle. And we need the Philosopher's Stone to actually unlock the Gate of the Underworld once we're down there. You can actually go through the puddle at any point after getting the Elixir, but there's no reason to, because all that's down here is this.
Oh, and you can't do anything until you have the Philosopher's Stone.
Yep. This must be the Gate of the Underworld. Exciting.
You know, I've never seen the dialogue text become sassy like that before.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be Dante's inner monologues, but they never really do anything with that, except for this one line.
Yeah, I always just sort of assumed that, it was just your omniscient narrator type thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that you can read in Devil May Cry 1 if you examine the environments. They don't really do a lot of that in 3, 4, or even 2. And DMC doesn't do it at all. Bayonetta does a fair bit of it, though. And, I like stuff like that. Just stuff that you can examine in the environments. Just for flavor,
Well, I'm the type of guy who will present every piece of evidence and every profile to every character in Ace Attorney, just in case I get unique dialogue. Even if it
Yeah.
takes like 5 minutes every single time I meet a new character in a new location, but still.
According to the Devil May Cry wiki, the player's stylish rank will deplete through inactivity or by continuously using the same attacks without much variation between them.
Stale moves.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
start with an S and you work your way down to lower rank.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah. The rankings just aren't very clear in this game. Here I am actually trying to fight Frost legitimately like a dumbass, even though I have a full Devil Trigger Gauge.
Gauge.
I could end this
Gauge.
so fast.
Gauge. Gauge is to,
you say-
like, to, no. Gauge
You
is the
say
verb,
tomato,
gauge is the
I
noun.
say tomato plant.
They mean two different things.
But they're spelled the same on the teleprompter.
That's the only thing. The only reason I don't normally read the flavor text when I'm playing DMC1 is because your timer depletes your mission ranking. So if you take time to actually examine that stuff, it hurts you in the long run. Bayonet is much better about that. It only times you when you're actually fighting.
Help, Dante, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Use life alert.
You're doing it wrong, Trish.
Oh, hello again.
Yep. It's Nightmare again. We just fought him, but we're fighting him again.
You know,
Bosses? The
You know,
fuck?
normally this sort of climactic introduction cutscene would play the first time you fight a boss, not the third.
Yeah. Well, this time, Nightmare is a lot harder to beat.
Spam, 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 spam.
Pew pew
Pretty
pew
much.
pew.
And
The Emperor Palpatine approach to saving the world.
now you can't damage this guy unless his green ball thing is out, right?
His weak point is exposed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I could take a massive chunk off his health by fighting Nilo Angelo, but I don't want to fight another boss just to damage this one. Kind of counterproductive.
A boss within a boss. Exhibit would be so proud.
Capcom. We heard you like boss rushes, so we'll put a boss rush in your boss rush.
So you can boss rush when you boss rush.
Great. Now they're gonna give them ideas.
I'm just imagining Dr. Wily making the Yo-Dog face.
They just put like a white hair on Exhibit's face.
So it. Well, so what? I guess what they should have done in Mega Man 9 was after you defeat one Robot Master, that from 9 it transports you to a boss rush from Mega Man's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Ugh.
And base.
Ugh.
No.
Hey, it counts. It exists.
What about the Roman numeral games?
Oh, the Game Boy games.
The only one that matters out of those is
It's
V.
5.
V.
Yeah.
You have to say V,
I,
otherwise people
I,
will get confused.
I say 5.
I say V too, just for the sake of not confusing anybody.
Mega Man X as opposed to 10. Surprise! She's a bad guy. Whoops.
You don't say.
Probably shouldn't have trusted her. She threw a motorcycle at you, dumbass.
You fool! You're so easy.
Trish, you?
Well, it's not like it's like he's so surprised by the betrayal, and he's said like what 6 words to her over the entire time he's known her.
Your presence has become a hindrance to my master's bloody.
She's very noodle-limbed.
Yeah.
So do we fight Trish in this game, or does she just sort of?
No,
pot shot
she's
us?
just sort of she's just a plot element thing.
Oh, but
really.
But she'll try to pot shot us with laser blasts in the fight, right?
Yeah, she will try to shoot lightning at you, yeah. I think you can avoid it by staying on one side of Nightmare, though. Not sure.
Does Nightmare get hit?
Yeah, you just saw the
Trish,
spark
what
of
the
lightning
fuck?
off to
We're
the...
supposed to fight Dante together.
You just want to kill Steel, don't you?
But yeah, you get a bit of a tell before the lightning will actually damage you, so it's easy enough to dodge. Not really a major element to the boss fight.
What? Why did
But
it
once
tell?
you actually kill the boss, it breaks down and starts going ape shit at you.
And then you gotta kill it again.
Yeah. So you get to destroy its real core this time. Ooh. And I'm about to die. I'm about to die, so I'm trading in my man card again.
Well,
All that so I could shoot 3 lightning bolts at it without worrying about getting killed.
Yay.
You're supposed to collect the item, not use it. The fuck, man.
Alright, now we get the dramatic explosion we've been waiting for. Rejoice, we'll never have to fight this motherfucker again. Also, dramatic rescue sequence, go! I just imagine Dante doing a Kanji Tatsumi dropkick. Because that, in Persona 4, that's what Kanji does when he rescues you from an instant death attack. He dropkicks you out of the way.
you take damage.
No, no, it's just his animation for knocking you out of the way of something. He drop kicks you, and you go flying.
Okay, so I hear the sad piano music. That means that,
You saved me once, therefore I'm in love with you now.
yeah.
Dante, why did you...
No, there's, as far as I know, there's no romance between Dante and Trish.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking at how it works. Usually.
But that's the I'm going to instantly change my evil ways moment now.
He literally just said, the only reason I saved you is because you have my mother's face. Now get the fuck out of my sight.
Dante,
Don't come any closer, you devil!
Fucking beat it!
This is one of the...
Back up!
My mother, but you're nowhere close to her.
This is one of those lines that's semi-infamous in the DMC fan base.
What line?
You may have her face, but you'll never have her fire.
At least I can tell the actor was trying.
Oh yeah, definitely trying. Dante's actor in 1 is cheesy at times, but he does his job.
Like-
The voice actors in 1 do their jobs.
Well, not Trish,
Two.
because Trish was... I forget the line, but she did not give a single fuck when she was delivering that.
Trish is sort of iffy, but for the most part, look, compared to the acting in 2, well, let's just say there's a very good reason that nobody ever seems to want to talk in Devil May Cry 2.
We're at the end of the video, but I disagree completely.
I'm not saying he's good, I'm just saying at least he's trying.
He's trying. Give the guy a medal for effort, damn it.
Not even
Gold star.
Not even a medal, but just compared to how many other games that compared to the PlayStation 1 and N64 era of voice acting, I can at least appreciate someone who's trying.
Okay, but if you give him a participation trophy, then he'll just be content with that and just keep
Yeah,
making
you're,
it more
you're
awful.
congratulating him for being a loser.
And besides, I hated getting those freaking participation trophies in Little League.
Yeah, this is
I
a
was awful
pity
when
sticker.
I knew I was awful. Don't condescend to me, you stupid adults.